Before the United States existed, colonial communication was unreliable and unpredictable. Messages traveled by ship captains, willing travelers, or handwritten notes pinned inside taverns, with no promise of arrival. Letters could take months to complete short journeys, and many never reached their destination at all. British officials often opened mail to monitor political sentiment, making private correspondence risky. This chaotic system shaped early frustration and revealed a need for dependable communication long before the idea of a national postal service existed. Benjamin Franklin stepped into this picture in 1753 when he was appointed Joint Postmaster General of the colonies. He personally inspected routes, timed deliveries with his pocket watch, and redesigned schedules using practical experimentation. Under his leadership, delivery times improved dramatically, bringing rare consistency to a landscape that had never experienced reliable messaging. Franklin introduced standardized rates and expanded post roads, helping distant settlements feel connected. His improvements laid the foundation for a unified network that would become crucial during and after the Revolution. Eventually, Franklin's growing sympathy for colonial independence made the British uneasy. He was dismissed from his role, ending his influence over the imperial mail system. But losing him pushed colonists to confront a larger problem: the British controlled every official channel of communication. Sensitive political discussions, plans, and warnings could not travel safely. As resistance grew, the colonies realized they needed a secure communication network. The distrust of British oversight prepared the way for a new system that would become essential to the fight for independence. In July 1775, as rebellion gained momentum, the Continental Congress established the United States Post Office. They appointed Benjamin Franklin as the nation's first Postmaster General, restoring him to the work he had shaped for decades. This decision was not merely administrative, it was revolutionary. Riders carried intelligence between Patriot leaders, distributed news about British movements, and connected colonies that were preparing to declare independence. The postal system became an invisible backbone supporting the struggle for freedom, even before the birth of the nation itself. After independence, the young United States faced the challenge of linking scattered communities across massive distances. The Postal Act of 1792 emerged as one of the most influential laws of the early republic. It protected personal privacy by prohibiting mail from being opened without a warrant. It subsidized newspapers, encouraging widespread access to information. Affordable postage fostered literacy, civic participation, and national identity. The act transformed the postal service into a democratic tool, ensuring ideas and debates flowed freely across the expanding nation. As Americans moved westward, post offices became symbols of legitimacy for new towns. Establishing a local post office often marked a settlement's arrival on the national stage, attracting families and businesses. Post roads carried news, goods, and hope across rough terrain, making even isolated regions part of a shared story. Mail carriers bridged enormous distances and unpredictable landscapes, linking frontier life with the rest of the country. Each new route extended the reach of the young nation, binding it together with communication. A defining moment arrived with the Pony Express in 1860. Young riders sprinted across nearly 2,000 miles between Missouri and California, switching horses at rapid intervals to maintain astonishing speed. Their journeys cut cross-country delivery times to around 10 days, an extraordinary achievement for the era. Although the Pony Express lasted only 18 months before the telegraph overtook it, its daring legacy endured. It became a symbol of courage and determination, representing how far people would go to keep the nation connected. By the late 1800s, a major gap remained between city and countryside. Urban homes received daily delivery, but rural families often traveled miles to retrieve their mail. In 1896, rural free delivery changed that forever. Carriers began delivering directly to farmhouses, bringing catalogs, newspapers, and personal letters to millions who once felt distant from national life. This shift strengthened rural economies, expanded access to information, and integrated remote Americans into broader culture. It reshaped daily life in ways few services ever have. Another transformative moment came in 1913 with the launch of parcel post. For the first time, ordinary Americans could ship affordable packages across the country. This sparked the rise of mail-order giants and expanded consumer choice for rural families. Tools, clothing, books, and supplies arrived at front doors instead of requiring long trips to distant towns. The early days produced unusual stories, including parents mailing children-like parcels before regulations changed the rules. Nonetheless, parcel post revolutionized commerce and personal connection nationwide. In 1918, the post office initiated the nation's first airmail service, marking a bold leap into aviation. Early pilots navigated dangerous skies using primitive tools, following bonfires, lanterns, and massive arrows painted on the ground. Their work proved that long-distance communication could be dramatically accelerated. Airmail reduced delivery times to hours instead of days, shrinking the country and paving the way for modern air travel. These pilots transformed the mail service and helped usher America into a new technological era. The growing volume of mail in the mid-20th century demanded better organization, leading to the creation of zip codes in 1963. These simple 5-digit numbers sorted the country into manageable regions, enabling automation and faster processing. Zip codes influenced business logistics, marketing, and demographic studies, shaping how companies understood consumers. What seemed like a basic system became a powerful tool that kept pace with population growth and rising demand. It allowed the Postal Service to remain efficient as the nation expanded rapidly. Today, the U.S. Postal Service reaches more than 160 million addresses, serving every community across mountains, deserts, cities, islands, and farmland. It remains a trusted institution, delivering medication, ballots, packages, and essential communication. Many rural and underserved areas rely on it as their primary connection to the outside world. Despite financial pressures and technological change, the mission remains the same: ensure every American can stay connected. The history of the postal system is ultimately a history of commitment, resilience, and the belief that communication belongs to everyone.